In the vibrant and diverse world of Aetheria, where each individual possesses unique power bestowed upon them at birth, John, a quiet teenager with an infectious smile, finds himself as the exception to this rule. Unlike his peers who control fire, manipulate time, or possess superhuman strengths, John exhibits no discernible abilities. In a society where extraordinary powers define status and worth, John becomes the subject of ridicule and scorn. His days at Aetheria High School are a constant struggle. Taunts and whispers follow him in the hallways, and classmates question his place in a world where everyone is expected to contribute with their unique gifts. Despite the adversity, John remains resilient, choosing to embrace his normal status in a world obsessed with the extraordinary. His positive outlook catches the attention of a few kind-hearted souls who see beyond the superficial standards of power. Among them is Emily, a telepathic teenager who senses John's true strength lies in his unwavering kindness and empathy. She becomes John's first friend, standing by him against the prevailing judgment. Despite the societal pressure and the burden of being labeled an inferior, John discovers solace in his love for art and music. He pours his emotions into his creations, creating a haven where his lack of supernatural abilities doesn't matter. One day, an incident at school puts John's resilience to the test. A group of bullies, known for tormenting those they consider weak, corner him in the schoolyard. In the face of adversity, an unexpected manifestation occurs. John unknowingly repels the bullies with an unseen force. Confused and startled, John begins to question the origins of this mysterious power. Little does he know that his lack of discernible strength is merely haunted by the sudden revelation of his latent powers. John becomes consumed by the need to uncover the truth behind his unique abilities. As he delves deeper into his family's history, a peculiar incident leads him to a concealed chamber within his ancestral home. In a dimly lit chamber, surrounded by the musty scent of ancient tomes and forgotten relics, John's gaze falls upon an ornate chest tucked away in the shadows. Dust and cobwebs cling to its surface, hinting at years of neglect. As he cautiously opens it, he discovers an ancient journal bound in weathered leather, key to unlocking the mysteries of his hidden legacy. The journal, written in a script long forgotten by the world, tells a tale of a bygone era in Aetheria. It recounts a prophecy foretelling the rise of a chosen one every 1,000 years, a being destined to wield an unparalleled power capable of shaping the fate of the world. Intriguingly, John learns that he is the latest in this line of chosen individuals. As he immerses himself in the journal's revelations, John uncovers the sinister motives of an evil wizard named Embark, who, fearing the uncontrollable might of this once in a millennium power, had orchestrated a dark ritual to seal it away within the chosen one. The journal reveals that John's lack of apparent strength was a deliberate ploy to conceal the immense potential within him. Haunted by the weight of destiny, John realizes that the sealed power within him is not just a gift but also a responsibility. Embark, sensing the awakening of the chosen one, seeks to exploit the very power he sealed away, with nefarious plans to plunge Aetheria into chaos. Armed with newfound knowledge and a growing determination, John sets forth on a journey to unlock the depths of his abilities, unveiling the true extent of the extraordinary power within. As John grapples with the newfound magnitude of his abilities, sacrifice, and the true meaning of his place in the tapestry of Aetheria's history, the shadows of the past beckon, and John must navigate a treacherous path to fulfill his destiny and confront the malevolent forces that lurk in the shadows. In the wake of revelations about his lineage, John embarks on an odyssey of self-discovery. In a moment of profound significance, he inadvertently triggers the awakening of the dormant power concealed within him. The once unnoticed teenager transforms before the eyes of those who once dismissed him, as astonishing abilities materialize, defying expectations of all. The air crackles with energy as John grapples with the sheer magnitude of his newfound powers. The world, still unaware of the lurking danger that shadows his awakening, watches in an trepidation, unbeknownst to John. The struggle to control this extraordinary force becomes a pivotal challenge, and the journey into the uncharted territory of these abilities unfolds. As John grapples with the newfound magnitude of his abilities, the journal reveals a chilling prophecy foretelling an imminent catastrophe that threatens to plunge Aetheria into an era of darkness. The fate of the world hangs delicately in the balance. And John, the chosen one, is tasked with preventing the impending doom. Guided by the ancient text, John discovers that the source of the looming threat lies in the resurgence of an ancient evil, one that had manipulated events for centuries in anticipation of the chosen one's awakening. The evil wizard, Malgrim, bitter and vengeful, senses the stern power within John and sets his nefarious sights on him. Malgrim, having orchestrated the sealing of John's power in the first place, now seeks to exploit the very force he had once feared. As the prophecy gains momentum, the shadows of Aetheria stir with whispers of an impending clash between light and darkness. As the bearer of the rare power, John is faced with a daunting choice: to succumb to the pressure and fear that surrounds him or to embrace the responsibility that comes with his destiny. Unbeknownst to him, Malgrim's malevolent forces gather, plotting to eliminate the chosen one before he can fulfill the prophecy and thwart their dark plans. In a race against time, John must master his abilities, confront his deepest fears, and assemble a band of allies willing to stand with him against the rising tide of darkness. The stage is set for a confrontation that will determine the fate of Aetheria. And John, now aware of the weight on his shoulders, must rise to the challenge to save the world from the impending catastrophe foretold by the ancient prophecy. As the echoes of the prophecy reverberate through Aetheria, a mysterious figure emerges from the shadows to guide John on his perilous journey. A cloaked figure, known only as Eldrin, reveals himself as a sage steeped in the ancient arts of magic and guardian of the knowledge embedded within the journal. Eldrin, wise and weathered, has watched over the chosen ones across generations. Recognizing the gravity of John's task, he appears to guide the young hero in unlocking the full potential of his extraordinary abilities. Together, they embark on a quest that takes them through hidden realms, forgotten landscapes, and perilous trials. As they traverse the magical landscapes, Eldrin imparts ancient wisdom, teaching John to harness the elements and manipulate the unseen forces that reside within him. Along the way, John uncovers the rich history of his family, a lineage marked by sacrifice and a dedication to protecting the extraordinary power that now courses through his veins. Through the mentor's teachings, John begins to understand the delicate balance required to wield such immense power responsibly. Eldrin reveals the tales of past chosen ones who valiantly faced adversity, emphasizing the importance of unity and the strength that arises from compassion and sacrifice. Yet, even with Eldrin's guidance, the journey is fraught with challenges. Malevolent creatures, minions of the evil wizard Malgrim, lurk in the shadows, testing John's newfound abilities. Eldrin imparts combat skills and strategic wisdom, preparing John for the inevitable clash that awaits. In the quiet moments of respite, Eldrin shares stories of love, loss, and the indomitable spirit that runs through the veins of the chosen ones. The mentor becomes not only a guide but a confidant, offering counsel to a teenager thrust into a destiny larger than life. As the mentor and apprentice forge an unbreakable bond, John realizes that his journey is not just about defeating Malgrim and averting catastrophe, it's about understanding the true nature of power, the sacrifices that accompany it, and the legacy he must carry forward as the chosen one. The stage is set for transformation, and with Eldrin's guidance, John begins to emerge not only as a wielder of extraordinary power, but as a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the edge of darkness.